This is one of my favorite ways to be using Google's Nano Banana when generating images, yet so many people have no idea that it even exists. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can use Google Gemini's AI Studio in order to generate your own internal apps to use tools like Nano Banana and basically any of the other AI tools that Google have. And this is a really great way to turn your internal systems into automated workflows super fast. Like I'm talking within seconds to build these types of apps. So let's dive in. And this is an example here of how we're generating storyboards for AI videos. So I have an app here, which we add in a niche, an add angle. We choose the style that we want to generate the image in. We follow a marketing framework, and then we can add our brand logo if we wish and click generate storyboard. Then it goes off for a few seconds and generates all of these different components of the storyboard, including captions and different prompts that we can use for the animation component of this workflow. So once we have all of these, we could take it into a tool like Kling AI, for example, where you can put all of these animated images side by side and give it some instruction of how to actually turn it into an actual moving animation, an actual reel. So this is a super cool use case, but there are many other use cases. And the rest of this video, I'm actually going to build an app and show you how easy it can be. So let's dive in. And we're going to do this for a real use case that we have inside of our business. So in order to get access to build apps with Gemini, you simply go to aistudio.google.com, and then you'll come into the main page, and then you simply come into build. From here, you can see a whole bunch of apps that are already created by the Gemini team, maybe by others as well, I'm not sure. But there are a few apps that you can use, and they can range from anything like chat with docs to using VO. So there's some apps in here for VO as well. There's some game ones in here. So there's all types of different things. You can generate your own games in here. It's pretty cool. But we're actually going to use it for a very specific use case, which is we're saying, build me an app that generates a news announcement image based on an article input. The inputs are, number one, the article we want to promote on Instagram. We will copy and paste this into a field. Then we're saying follow this prompt. So we've got a prompt there that will then use that article. It will then generate the overlay. We're saying your output is to generate 3 variations of images with different headlines. And attached is an example image you must reference. Use the image to image model. So then I simply just added in this image here, which is an example of the output that we want to get. And all we need to do now is click run prompt, and it's going to start building that app for us. So right now we're at 10:51 a.m. We're going to see how long it actually takes to generate. We can see down here as well, running for how long. Now, the benefit of building these types of apps is that you can then hand it off to people on your team. Now, maybe they'll need their own account, then they can build their own apps. But this allows us to do some really great stuff without having to go into tools like Airtable and Make.com and NAN. So we build a lot of different workflows for clients and for our own systems using those tools. But it requires you going in there and spending maybe a couple of hours to set a workflow up just like this one. Whereas now we just give it a quick prompt, it's working in the background, and it's going to generate that app that we can use on a day-to-day basis to help us generate the assets we need for these types of workflows in our system. And remember, this is just the start of where we're at. Like, this is going to continue to get better and better as each new model comes out. So getting used to building these types of things now is going to be so beneficial long term. So let's dive back into the system. And we can see now it's just generated. So that ran for a total of 76 seconds in order to generate this app. So let's just move that out to the side here. And then let's find an article. So I'm just going to let's go paddle news. Let's not even do anything to do with AI. We're going to go into news, and we're going to let's go to this one here. And then this is going to be about a luxury, playing paddle in a luxury hotel. So let's just copy this, and we're just going to copy that, and we're going to come back into our article section here. We're going to paste that directly in, and we're just going to go generate images. So now we can see this generating headlines and image concepts. This may take a moment. Thank you for your patience. So that one ran for maybe 20 seconds, and we can see now that we have these images. Now, I'd say we need to fix this app up a little bit. We need to say that the text should not cover more than 25% of the image. We need to change the size. We also can't really download this easily. So you can just make these changes. So here we just come across, let's bring this back across a little bit more. And I'm going to say, make these changes. 1, add a download button to the images. 2, when creating the image, ensure the headline takes up 25% or less of the image from the bottom up. So they're probably the two big things that we want to do so far. So let's make those changes. Okay, so that one ran for about 53 seconds in order to make those upgrades. So let's now try again and let's make this full screen so we can see it much easier. And unfortunately, it's not really improved the prompt at all in terms of like the headline component, but at least now we have some download buttons, which is cool. And let's just open up one of them here. So, I mean, I don't know what happened with that image. It doesn't look anything like what we were just looking at. Let's just see if there's another one. So that's not working as well. Now, the other big problem, which you might be able to see, is that the headline is on top of the image. So we can't, if we download it, we're actually not downloading the image itself. And so we need to make one more change. Okay, so we made that change and it's much closer now. So let's just download this one and open up that image. And you can see now it's actually way closer. We've got the paddle courts here. We've got the headline here. Paddle takes over luxury hotels. Your next trips must have amenity. So overall, we're getting much closer. Now, the other parts to this are obviously then the text for the image as well, for the social media post, so you could add that into the workflow. But hopefully by now you can see how easy it is to build these types of workflows inside of Gemini, so you can easily hand off to your team members to use, or if you just want it for yourself to use and be working so much faster. Like in order to build something like this with automation and with different tools, it would take ages. This did it in 76 seconds in the first run and then a couple of short fix-ups afterwards. So that's just a couple of examples of how you can be using these Gemini apps. There are so many more out there. If you're using these already, comment down below and tell me what you're using it for. And if you have other ideas that you'd like me to dive in, then put those in the comments as well. Now, if you are interested in diving deeper into these types of tips for using AI tools, make sure you watch this video next.